It's so stunning. This is one of the sexiest perfumes I have in my entire collection. Super duper sexy. It exudes luxury in every single drop. Every time I wear it, guys, I don't even have words to describe it. It's so stunning. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle. I review fragrances. So welcome to my channel. If you're new, I truly hope you enjoy my content. And if you're one of my loyal returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for your loyal support. Today's video is about perfumes with a wow factor. So if you want to hear more about the scents, let's dive in. The first fragrance on my list today is Guidance 46 by Amouage. Let me start by saying that this fragrance lives up to the hype and for a very good reason. It's absolutely incredible. I'm not even halfway through and I'm already telling you this is a keeper for life. Stunning fragrance, very unique. It's very nutty. We have almond here, we have hazelnut, and the nutty note, it's very present. It's also very creamy, borderline milky, although there's no milk listed as a note. I can pick something milky, but above all, creaminess. It's very creamy, very nutty and very creamy. It opens pretty juicy thanks to the pear in the top notes. It has a spicy floral core in the dry down. It's my favorite part, and it's when the fragrance becomes even creamier, a little bit more vanillic and slightly patchouli-esque, I would say, thanks to the Ackee Gala wood, which, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, it's a synthetic molecule that is derived through biotechnology from patchouli. So it does have a very subtle patchouli scent without the typical dampness or dirty earthiness that patchouli has. It's pretty sweet. It's also a happy fragrance for me. Every time I wear this fragrance or the original, I always have a smile on my face. It has the power to lift me up, to pick me up, and to make me smile. It's so beautiful. Very rich, very dense, very feminine. I think this one is even more feminine than the original. So if you're like me and you like to wear different fragrances throughout the day, be very mindful with your spritzes, because when I tell you it lasts all day, I'm not even kidding you. So be mindful with your spritzes, because sometimes I can even smell it after the shower. As you probably know, I like to compare fragrances to wine. Most people can relate to. So if I had to compare this fragrance to wine, I would say it's a very rich, full-bodied, velvety rosé infused with juicy, sweet, and pear nectar. Guys, if you haven't yet, Guidance 46, also the original, but today is about 46. Guidance 46 is a must-try. Even if you don't like the original, I heard from many people that they don't like the original. However, they love this flanker, so must try. Guidance 46 by Amouage. The next wow factor fragrance I have on this list is Sekushi, or number 7 by Lengling Munich. I discovered this house during a trip to Munich. I was strolling the beautiful city of Munich. I don't know if you've been to Munich before or to Germany, but Munich, it's such a gorgeous city, so put it down in your bucket list. Anyway, I was strolling the streets of Munich, as I was saying, and I bumped into this gorgeous purple, pinkish, white perfume shop. And of course, I couldn't help myself. I walked in and I left the store with 3 fragrances. And at that time, I reviewed this perfume like 4 years ago or so. This is like my 2nd or 3rd bottle. This is one of my signature scents ever since I discovered it. And by the time I discovered this fragrance, you could only find it in Europe. Now you can easily find it here in the US. Well, not easily, but it's definitely sold online. So don't sleep on this one, because it's very unique. Lengling has a very unique concept. They basically put the notes in 2 different groups or categories. One is the Leng group and the other is the Leng. And both are supposed to coexist in perfect balance. So the Leng note here is leather, olibanum, and musk. And the Leng note, hear me out, it's cotton candy, lily of the valley, orange, raspberry, and apricots. Delicious. This fragrance is, wow, so unique, so refined. It's a class act. I can't get enough of it, and every time I wear it, guys, every time I wear it, I get compliments. I remember one time I wore it during a trip on a plane, and on my way to disembark, I had 2 people following me to ask what fragrance I was wearing, because they were like literally following my trail, and they said it was absolutely stunning and like nothing they smelled before, and they were right. It is very, very unique. So stunning. The sillage is impressive. It lingers for hours in the air. It has above average projection. It lasts about 8-10 hours on my skin. It's so beautiful. This fragrance is the epitome of class and sophistication. However, it is very modern, not vintage cleaning or anything like that, because sometimes these super elegant fragrances can be a little bit vintage leaning. Not all of them, but many of them. This one is not. This is a very modern fragrance, and even if you don't like leather in perfumery, give this one a try, because trust me, it smells very, very different. It smells very luxe, very sparkling. This is like your sparkling Riesling. If I had to compare it with wines, like a very sparkling Riesling, and it's so good, so invigorating, very energizing. Everything I have to say about this fragrance is positive. Now, another thing I would like to bring to your attention is that although it has cotton candy or candy floss for my friends in Europe, although it has this note, it's a grown-up cotton candy. This is not the Barbie-like or the teenage type, nothing like that. Again, this is a very, very elevated, very sophisticated type of scent, and every single person I have recommended this fragrance to is extremely happy. They reported back. I always ask them, please keep me posted, and every single person came back to me with the most positive feedback. So if you haven't yet, I highly encourage you to try Sekushi. I don't know, honestly, if you'll be able to find samples or decants. I'll do my research online and make sure to include it in the description box. However, this fragrance is it's not the same, it doesn't smell the same, but it's very, very similar in vibes to Coromandel from Chanel's exclusive. So if you love Coromandel and if you don't have a chance to sample this fragrance, I would say this perfume, it's a pretty safe blind buy. Again, it doesn't smell similar to Coromandel. However, they have a lot of commonalities. There is a similarity in the vibes and the type of scent. So Sekushi, or number 7 by Lengling Munich. So the third fragrance on my list is Sensual Instinct by Montal. I love this fragrance. This is one of the sexiest perfumes I have in my entire collection. Super duper sexy. It opens pretty boozy. We have a whiskey note, but it also has cacao. It has praline, which gives creaminess and that addictive gourmand component we all love in this type of scents. It's very, very sexy, super duper creamy. It's also spicy. We have cardamom, we have saffron here. However, once you get past those first 20 minutes, the fragrance starts to transition, and when it gets to the dry down, the fragrance will be way more toned down, more subtle. You won't get that initial sharpness. The dry down, it's pretty smooth, very velvety, very rich, creamy, but again, way smoother than the opening, which is pretty intense. You'll also get a lot of rose in the dry down. So if you like rose, this one is a must try. I wouldn't say this is a typical rose fragrance. However, the dry down, it's pretty rosy and velvety. This hands down falls in the beast mode category. It lasts about 8 to 10 hours on my skin. Remember, this is subjective. I'm talking about my experience. But yeah, 8 to 10 hours with about average projection in the first couple hours. In the summer, it lasts even longer. And let me tell you, this fragrance wows everyone. It is a head turner. And every time I wear this fragrance, not only do I get tons of compliments, but I always end up writing the name down for someone. So this is a strong fragrance, especially in the opening. It's pretty in your face. So if you don't want to choke people around you, make sure to spray this fragrance 10-15 minutes before leaving your house. So if you haven't yet, Sensual Instinct is a must try. And also, just an FYI, I'm not an affiliate or anything with Montal, but this is an FYI in case you're interested. You can build a discovery kit for only $25. And having purchased this discovery kit will allow you to get 10% off your next full-size bottle. So I think that's a pretty cool deal. Just an FYI in case you're interested. But I think it's pretty cool. Sensual Instinct by Montal. The next fragrance on my list is Gold Street by Bond number 9. receiving this fragrance was like a pinch me moment, because this is a gift from the house, from Bond number 9. And honestly, I was floored when I had the opportunity to collaborate with one of my favorite houses of all time. I actually chose this fragrance because I went to the flagship store in New York. If you have a chance, go there, because it is like a next level experience. The flagship store, it's absolutely beautiful. And I fell in love with this fragrance. At that moment, they hadn't released it yet, but I got a sample and I fell hard for it. So fast forward a year or two later, I had the opportunity to choose this fragrance as a PR gift. And again, I'm floored. I couldn't be happier. Guys, this perfume is, I don't even have words to describe it. It's so stunning. It's a leather suede, more than leather, very velvety, very smooth suede caramel fragrance. Super elegant, but it has that gourmand component that makes it very addictive, highly intoxicating, very beautiful. It's warm, it's pretty spicy, very resinous, and exudes luxury in every single drop. Stunning perfume. We have French leather, we have jasmine here, we have candied blueberries, we have suede, iris, caramel, of course, with Tolu balsam and vanilla. The dry down is absolutely beautiful. It's still very resinous, but it's also very vanilla-like. It's a dream. It's a dream of a fragrance, and it smells like this color. It smells like gold. If gold had a scent, it would smell like Gold Street. By the way, I forgot to mention that this fragrance was named after a small street in the financial district in New York. It's a very unique scent, and this is one of the things that I love about Bond, because not only do the bottles look like work of art, like collectibles, but their fragrances are super duper unique. They don't smell like anything I've smelled on the market. Even when you smell, for example, people say that Greenwich Village smells like Baccarat Rouge 540. For me, they couldn't be more different. They couldn't be more different. And even if there are similarities, it's not a clone or anything like that. So I really appreciate uniqueness, and this fragrance has that uniqueness factor. Not only the wow factor from a scent perspective, but also the uniqueness factor. And when we pay high price tags, at least this is something I truly appreciate. I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my money. So this is something I love and admire about this house. I couldn't be happier. I'm not an affiliate. And if I am an affiliate, I will let you know. I'm very transparent. I work with transparency. This is a core value of mine, and I will never mislead my audience. So no, I'm not an affiliate. Unfortunately, I would love to be an affiliate with Bond, but no, I'm not an affiliate. This is just a gift I received with no obligation to post, but how could I not? I love this fragrance. So elegant. So it lasts 10 to 12 hours on my skin, and that's without overspraying, and it has above average projection. It projects pretty strongly up until the 3-hour mark, and it leaves a very beautiful dense sillage. So yes, it's an amazing perfume. If you haven't yet, please try Gold Street by Bond number 9. And the last one for today is Crystal Saffron by Matiere. This fragrance is basically, oh my god, it's so stunning. This is basically a solid note. At least on Matiere website, the only note they list is saffron oil from Greece. It's very saffron forward. I love saffron both in the kitchen and perfumery. It's pretty sharp. The opening is pretty sharp. However, it is sharp, I'm not gonna lie. However, it's so translucent. Honestly, they couldn't have chosen a better name, because it is a very crystalline fragrance, very translucent. It has like a glossy component that makes it very ethereal, very translucent. As I said, it's very beautiful. Saffron sometimes can... Saffron is a very strong spice, even when you use it for cooking. For example, when I cook saffron rice, I just use a couple threads and the rice turns yellow and my entire kitchen smells like perfume. I adore saffron, but it is very strong. So saffron is a very elegant note together with cardamom, and in fact, I think these two spices are the most elegant in perfumery. So gorgeous. It's pretty sharp, as I was saying, but once the fragrance starts to transition, it kind of loses that sharpness. However, you'll never lose the saffron note. Which for me is important because the reason why I purchased this fragrance, it's because it's saffron forward. So if it is a top note that evaporates after 10, 15, 20 minutes, it doesn't work for me. It has to be there. And this is what you get here. Although the sharpness subsides, the saffron note, it's present for the entire lifetime of the fragrance. It's very translucent. Oh, I love it. You know, at first sniff, it seems like a winter or cold weather type of scent. And honestly, it is an all year round fragrance. You can also wear this fragrance during the summer and it lasts way less punchier and I would say sweeter. It's a very opulent fragrance. However, I think that what sets this fragrance apart is the fact that although it's very opulent, as I was saying, very voluptuous, it's not earthy, it's not sweet, it's not resinous or balmy, nothing like that. It's a very clean, translucent, glossy, saffron forward fragrance. It's a day or nighttime type of scent. During the winter or the colder weather, I tend to wear this fragrance more during the night. But during the summer, I also wear it during the day and it's beautiful, really magical. And it's just beautiful. It lasts about 10 to 12 hours. In the summer, it lasts a little bit longer. But yeah, it's an amazing performer. I would say 10 out of 10. Projection is incredible for the entire lifetime of the fragrance. It lasts very long and it leaves a very beautiful sheer trail. So guys, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my video about fragrances with a wow factor. And I think we're gonna see us again after the spring break. I'm going on a short vacation during the spring break, so I'll recharge my batteries and we'll be back after the break. I usually upload pictures of my trips on my Instagram account. I would love for you to follow me at GB_fragrance. And as I said, I usually upload pictures and snapshots of my trips in stories. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. Stay safe and I'll see you after the spring break. Bye-bye.